Hi, this is Lara from Forex Info USA with your free daily US dollar index Elliott wave analysis for the New York trading session dated the 23rd of March. And I've changed the banner pic again on the forexinfo.us site to a very recent pic just taken last week when we were down in the Naki. This is a friend of ours, almost caught in the barrel. Slightly out of focus, but nevertheless a very, very nice wave. Starting this analysis with a look at a chart for the dollar going back to the last 3 years. So we'll take a slightly closer up look today than we have for the last couple of days. We had a three-wave structure down at B or cycle degree. These cycle degree waves with the aqua letters or colours take about 7 or 8 years normally to complete. This is going to be followed by a 5-wave up structure for wave C at cycle degree. And of that, we've already got 1 and 2 complete, and we're in the early phases of a third wave up. It's a primary third wave of a C wave at cycle degree. Within this third wave, so far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're working on 5 up minor. Thereafter, that will complete our first series of waves. So wave 1 black or intermediate 1 black will be followed by wave 2, probably a deep correction down. Thereafter, we'll have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up for a third wave, followed again by a correction for a fourth wave, and then a final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to end. This third wave up should end around about the end of this year at about 104.58. That's your basic Elliott wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is followed by 1, 2, 3 back, and then another 5 up, 3 back, and another 5 up. I say 104.58 for the end to this third wave at primary degree because this first wave at primary degree was 18.7 long as calculated from its high here to its low or beginning down here, and wave 3 began here, and it's often 1.618 the length of wave 1. It's a really common relationship between the two. So that's why I say 104.58 on the upside, maybe around about the end of this year. As we get a little bit closer, I can refine that target a little bit more. Once I know what the length of wave 1 black and 3 black are, we'll also have a much easier way of calculating a closer target at that stage. So taking you now to a daily chart just for the last 3 months where we're going to see this blue 3 and 4 is this blue 3 and this blue 4, and notice that recent movements with the dollar are nicely contained in these parallel trend lines. I've drawn these using Elliott's channeling technique. I place a lot of weight on these trend channels because it works so well. For this third wave blue, we draw it by placing a trend line from the high of 1 to the high of 3, creating a parallel copy and placing it on the low labelled 4. This creates a parallel trend channel that contains this upwards movement for wave 3 blue, and as soon as we notice a breakout to the downside in the opposite direction, we know that wave 3 is over and the next wave, 4 follows 3, is underway. In this instance, again, it's working very well. We've got a few days bars comfortably to the upside of this parallel trend channel that contains the sideways downwards movement for wave 4 blue, telling us that wave 4 blue is over and the next series of dollar rises is underway. When this wave 5, which follows 4, when wave 5 is over and done, it will have a look just like this. So if we could see a completed chart for the future, we would have a little arrow saying you are here, and this is what we've got to come. So this is where we are, and we've got some good dollar rises to come. An upwards target for this wave 5 blue, I have about 84.22, will give wave 5 blue an equal length with wave 1 blue, which I showed you on that previous chart going back 3 years. Because wave 3 was longer, it's extremely likely that wave 1 and 5 will reach equality in length. As we get towards the end, I can refine that target a little bit more accurately, we hope. Taking you now to an hourly chart, looking at these recent upwards movements. And here's that pink 1 and 2 with a little question mark over that. Here's the end of our wave 4 blue. And here's the beginning of wave 5 blue. This was a 1, 2 with an expanded 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to end 3 here, followed by a wave 4 correction and a truncated fifth. When we were here yesterday, I said we could expect some upwards movement from the dollar, and if wave 4 has ended here, and it certainly looked like it had, that seemed most reasonable, that our upwards movement for the dollar should end about 81.08. That was where wave 5 green would have an equal length with wave 1 green. And because wave 3 is extended, wave 5 and 1 reaching equality is extremely likely. It's fallen just 0.08 short of that target, so it's a pretty good target. I'm really happy with that. Thereafter, exactly as expected, it's turned down for another correction. Now this correction does look a little bit too brief to have this label at the pink degree. I would expect it to have a little bit more, to take up more time for a wave of that degree. However, since I did this chart, the dollar's moved up here a little bit further. We may be looking at an expanded flat correction for wave 2 pink with an A, B, to come down for a C, probably to end around about 80.5 or very slightly above, around about the low of this wave 4 green, an extremely likely turning point if it turns back down. Or wave 2 pink may very well have been extremely brief and could technically have ended here. If that's the case, we should see new dollar highs very, very soon. Either way, if it turns back down for another little low to end wave 2 pink further on, or if it ended here, either way, the next movement is some really strong dollar rises for a third wave. So either way, we're going to see some dollar rises, some pretty strong dollar rises over the next couple of weeks, maybe up to 3 weeks. And I have a pretty good, comfortable upward target there of about 84.22. I hope your day is awesome, and as always, may all your trades be profitable.